Jessica? Jessica, I need you to answer right now. Please, Jessica. Come on, answer already.
Oh, it's you. Do you need something?
Hey, you don't have to be obviously salty like that.
I mean, I am salty towards you, so... What do you want? I don't have time for this.
About the reunion that we just left earlier. You were talking with Steven the whole time, weren't you?
Huh? Steven?
I mean, I guess you look a bit better than you used to back in high school, but I really don't think you've become enough of a lady to have a guy like him even give a look at you. You really shouldn't get ahead of yourself, you know? Go look in the mirror first.
I don't have any intentions towards Steven. If anything, I was creeped out of the way he was just following me around the whole time during the reunion.
What did you just say? There's no way that's true. Look, Jessica. Steven was the best looking guy in our whole grade back in high school. Now he's grown up even more. Even more! And he's also the son of a CEO at a really famous company. Everyone wants him. A musty, crusty introvert like you is literally no match for his elite, handsome, untouchable self.
I really don't care what you think, Sarah. But I have no feelings whatsoever towards Steven.
Whoa, you're scaring me. You're trying to make me lower my guard by saying the exact opposite of the truth, aren't you? Of course, I get that you wouldn't want to just let go of the chance of getting close to him. Even though all of that is just in your mind.
I really have no feelings for him.
Whatever. I see through that big head of yours. Everything.
You know what? Actually, I'm already married. So I'm not interested in Steven.
What? You're joking. Are you imagining things? Do you really believe that you're married with him already?
What?
Well, I guess you're either hypnotized or crazy or something. You terrify me, Jessica.
Wait, no.
How scary.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'll be sure to tell Steven to watch out for this stalker weirdo lady who believes that she's married to him.
You know what? Whatever. Do what you want. There's no point in talking to you.
Hey, Jess. It's been a while since the class reunion. I have a very important announcement to make to you.
Sarah? Yeah.
Oh, come on. Give me a better reaction.
I get tired just by texting you.
You're so funny. Whatever. Oh, yeah. You really surprised me.
What?
I didn't know you two were actually dating. You and Steven.
What?
I told Steven about the stalker thing, and then he told me that you two secretly started dating after the class reunion. I was in utter shock. My mouth was wide open for a good 30 seconds.
I never said it was Steven that I was dating when we were texting each other after the reunion. Me and him have never been like that. Ever.
Oh, you don't need to give me lies like that.
What do you mean, lies? As I told you before, I'm already married.
Good for you! It means you love him so much that you're imagining marrying him. That's adorable.
My husband isn't Steven!
Just like last time, you're trying to lower my guard by saying the exact opposite of the truth, aren't you? I can't believe you're using the exact same move as last time, even though it didn't work. You're so dumb.
I've been telling the truth.
Whatever, that wasn't why I texted you anyways. I wanted to surprise you big time for something. It might be a bit of an unpleasant surprise for you, though.
What is it?
Haven't you been getting ignored by Steven lately?
What? I guess. He was annoying me forever, but it stopped about 2 months ago.
What do you mean, annoying? You don't have to try and act like he was completely into you or something.
How did that sentence get processed in your mind like that?
Have you not realized that you've been dumped by Steven?
What?
I mean, 2 months ago is just the same timing.
What are you talking about?
I'm getting married with Steven.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he and I became romantic with each other about exactly 2 months ago. I told him that I'd date him if he quit texting you, and he really did that for me. So I decided to go with it, and now he proposed to me. OMG, I'm too loved for my own good.
Good for you.
Tell me how you feel right now, Sarah. Don't you feel defeated? Don't worry, I know you do, loser.
There's not a single reason for me to feel defeated about this.
Whatever, you and I are too different from head to toe.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm pretty and have good proportions and outgoing, so of course all the guys want me. I can marry whoever I want whenever I want, even if I didn't even love the guy. This hasn't changed since we were in high school. On the other hand, you're the type who lives in the shadows. No one even glimpses at you. And now you're even imagining things, which makes you even less attractive through the eyes of any guy. Therefore, no matter what happens, you and I will never be on the same level, and I will always be light years ahead of you in everything. I'm the rabbit, and you're the turtle. Good game. This was all too easy. You're boring me to death.
Yeah, I get it. Good for you.
Oh no, I'm going to be late. Steven and I will be getting officially engaged right now. Well then, that's that. Don't ever stalk Steven again, you weirdo.
I wouldn't want to, even if you made me.
Jessica? Hey, I need you to pick up. Hey, please pick up.
What?
Did you know about this?
About what?
Explain this to me right now.
Explain what you need me to explain!
Obviously about Steven.
Steven?
About his father's business going out of business 3 years ago?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So you did know.
Yeah, my friend used to work there, so I heard through them. To be accurate, I heard it was more like Steven was the one who made his dad's company go out of business.
What? Why?
Apparently, he started a new business plan without any of his dad's permission, and spent a ton of the company's money to make it happen. But it ended up being a big failure. They had too much debt that they couldn't handle, and they went out of business. Ever since then, his dad got addicted to gambling, and their debts grew larger and larger. And his mom got a new boyfriend and disappeared.
What? I knew his parents got divorced. But I didn't know his father was in that kind of state as well.
Apparently so.
What do you mean, apparently so? How could you just watch me get myself into this? Were you trying to get back at me for taking Steven away from you or something?
As I've said countless times before in all our previous conversations, me and Steven were not dating! How many times do I need to tell you?
But you two were practically glued together at the reunion. And you even went home together after that. if you're together that much, then you're basically dating.
As I've said, he was just following me around.
What?
He followed me over to my house, and I had trouble running away from him at the end. Even after the reunion, a rumor about me and him were dating had gone around. And he got my phone number from someone else. And kept texting me every single day, and it was so annoying! But he quit about 2 months ago, and I was finally free from his curse.
Is that really what happened?
How can you still not believe me?
I mean, why would a guy like Steven become obsessed with a crusty girl like you?
Another friend told me about this, but apparently he was after the wealth of my family.
What? Isn't your house just a normal one? Your dad's an office worker, right?
Yes, up until high school. After that, he became the CEO of the company he was working at.
The CEO?
Apparently, my dad was very close to the previous CEO, so he was nominated and chosen to become the second CEO of his company. And apparently, Steven found out about this whole thing and thought that if he married the daughter of the CEO of the big company, then maybe he would be able to pay back all of his debts.
Debts?
I just said his dad's company went out of business and now they have a bunch of debt. You're his wife. Have you not heard any of this?
I indeed have not. The only reason I married him was because I thought he'd be the next CEO of his father's company. And barely now, I'm finding out he's broke and has debt. He tricked me.
What about you, Sarah? Didn't you hide some things from Steven in order to make the marriage happen?
What?
A while after we had the class reunion, I heard that you were caught cheating with a married man and were sued by his wife to pay her condolences. I heard that you were in debt of $50,000 because of that, aren't you?
Well...
You're being demanded a higher number than usual because you kept bothering the wife while you took part in the cheating. Judging from the story, didn't you marry into Steven's house so you could pay off your debts? I mean, you failed miserably, obviously.
How on earth do you know that story to so much detail?
The wife of the man you had a relationship with. She's my husband's cousin.
What?
It's a small world, isn't it?
You've gotta be joking me. Wait a minute. Did you just say husband?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
You're married?
Like everything else, I've told this to you many times.
Wasn't that just you imagining things because you were so madly in love with Steven?
That was just you letting your mind wander off into Fantasyland.
Did you just say Fantasyland? As if to imply that I am the one who's insane?
I mean, it's true.
How dare you?
I just spoke the truth about everything. And you bent the facts and shaped them so you could believe in some fantasy. Even the situation you're in with Steven right now. Couldn't you have avoided it if you just had listened to me? You really shouldn't listen to people speaking while imagining what you'd want them to say.
Hey.
What? Can you please lend me money? Why on earth would I lend you money?
You're the daughter of a CEO right now. Can't he pay for any of your expenses? I'm sure he'll understand if you explain that a really good friend of yours is in a very dire situation that would decide how the rest of her life goes.
You really don't get anything about this world, do you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm related to the victim of your cheating scandal right now. Why would I help the person who destroyed the family of my relative?
How could you? Your friend is in dire need right now.
Since when were you my friend, Sarah?
How could you?
You should search that phrase up on Google sometime soon. And then look at yourself in the mirror. There was one last question that was left in my mind. Why did Steven, who was trying to marry me for my dad's money, end up marrying Sarah, a girl with her own debts? It turns out that Sarah always lathered herself in brand clothing, so simple-minded Steven thought she was actually rich. But in reality, Sarah was just a broke, unemployed girl with debt. These were the lines that the two spat at each other while finding out about each other's debts. I married you because I thought you had money. Apparently, they haven't gotten a divorce yet. But they've been working from day in to day out without any time to even dress nicely. And now neither of them have any of the looks or attractiveness they used to have when they were young.